Good day everyone, welcome back with part 3 of this beautiful image from Anastasia. I am trying to look myself up on my iPad so I can watch and read your comments if there are any comments. So I think I will be there. Okay, so soft pastels. This is part 3 and I already did a part of her hair because it's so much work and I didn't want to bother you or that you are getting bored with this video. And for the people who are always watching me, you don't see me now in the screen. I just got out of the shower and my hair is all wet and crazy and I didn't want to to bother you with that. So I thought I'd get myself out of the screen and you only hear my voice now. But for the people who are new here and want to see how I'm looking, just look to another video and you will see me. Okay, so like I showed you in the first video, I am playing with frisket film and trying to make myself things easier. So I already get it off of this part, of course, because I color it. The rest of the things is all looking very dirty, but when I take off the frisket film it will be how do you call it in English? Crisp. It will be very nice and the paper is all showing up beautifully. So I'm going to take it off the last pieces now so you can watch me again how I do this. I have to take all the pieces but I think it's hair. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to see what is hair because this, and I didn't cut this piece, I already cut some for hand. Because sometimes it's very difficult to see between all those flowers from what's hair and what is a flower, but I hope I did it well, and if not, yeah, that's a pity. But like I said before, it's just a coloring page, it's not some piece that I'm going to sell to somebody. So, and it's the first time I'm doing this in a coloring book. So yeah, it is what it is. So you can see now I'm peeling it off, and oh yes, it was here a little bit strange, my tape, but it doesn't matter because there will be a dark brown here so you don't see anything about it. So that's the first piece I cut off. There's a piece over here. And do this very carefully. I did spray with some fixative between every part of the video, and I have a little bit trouble on those ends what already was no frisket and frisket, so the fixative will be a little bit sticky under the frisket and it will tear your paper. So be very, very carefully when you take off your frisket from places where are already being fixative, because it will tear. The paper is so thin. I have to see what's now here. It's so thin that it will tear very easily in your paper, so watch out for that. So I have to see if I see any cuts to cut off. I don't think so. I think this is all flower now. So okay. So what did I do with this piece? I took 2 pencils and one is from the Pit Pastel Faber-Castell. It's 177 and one from Stabilo Cartobello, and that's number, oh my gosh, all those cold letters, 610, I think 610. Those two I used, and I used the raw umber tint from the pan pastels, this one. And normally when I'm coloring hair, I start with the light colors to block in my highlights first, and then I'm going to build up with the darker colors to make the strands. But it doesn't work in this case because the paper is thin. It doesn't you can't put very much layers on top of each other, so you need to think about another way to get something done. And I tried something out, and that's why I already tried to color this side of her hair to see how that goes, because it's also for me the first time that I'm doing this. And I find out that it's easier to just first lay down the darker color and then go over with the light color and then putting a little bit dark back, because the light color will make the darker color a bit lighter. So when you are putting the dark color at the end again a little bit, then it pop out more, so you get more depth in your hair. So let's start it. I have here 2 pencils. I'm going to sharpen them a little bit because it's a soft pencil, of course, because it's pastel. I'm trying to find I had a little bit trouble with finding a good sharpener for my soft pastel. Oh, this one will do. I'll be very careful because the point will break easily. Okay, well, it's a little bit more shaped. I'm doing the other one. And normally my sharpener from Faber-Castell, this one, will do perfect, but I have this also already for a long time, and I think that the blade is a little bit ready with me. I don't know how you call it when it's not sharp enough anymore. So I have here the darkest color, and that is the color I think I will test. Yes, the darkest color, and that's from the Faber-Castell, the 177, and I will now going to block in those colors. I'm going to turn my paper a little because I don't want to smudge her face too much. I did spray it, but it will always be, well, yeah, a little bit left over there, so always be careful. So I try not to put my hand on the paper. That's always difficult for me because I like to have the support of my hand with coloring, but I can use the Frisket to lay my hand on. So I am going to try just to do my pink. Is it also pinky in English? My pink on my paper, so I have a little bit stability. So now I am just going to make some hair strands with the darker color and just go with the shapes from the hair. So when she draw them downstairs or with a little bit of a curve, you are going with that curve. Always make it a little bit darker next to another image, in this case the flower. But if it is something else, of course, then you do something else with those extra dark color, because it will create a shadow. So Remember, when you are coloring something next to something else, that will always create shadows. Okay, so here you have one hair going over a piece of this one. So I try to leave that open and make sure that it will be a light color. It's just like this one. This one, you can see it in the frame here. This one is also a strand above all others. So I want it to be light because this one will catch more light than the one who is under that piece. So I hope that is clear for you. It's not easy because it's not like a polychromo or something, a normal pencil. You can make much easier all those lines because it's a hard pencil, it's an oil-based pencil, and that's much easier. And this is of course a soft pencil, soft pastel pencil, so it's always a little bit harder to make the right thing, the right movement with it. So keep that always in mind, that it's not the way it goes when you're working with a hard pencil. Some people don't like it and some people love it. It's just everybody likes something else to do, but that's okay. I like too much. I don't know if that is okay, but I do like to do everything. I'm not an expert in everything, but I don't mind. I do like to play with my mediums, and I'm hoping that I can entertain a few of you. And I know that I do for some people, so that's good for me. So now I'm going all over my hair and try to block it in. And try to make it look like hairs, okay? Because when we are putting the other colors in it, then everything will come together, just like here. But this is also where I started here, so you can see when you are putting more colors and then blending, it will be nice. And it's not too difficult. Going to turn a little. I'm still in frame at least. So I hope that you like this process that I'm showing you, because sometimes when I'm sitting here in the evening I think, oh, I want to go further with my image, but I also like it to show you to you. And I hope that you like it too. And if you do, please let me know. If you want to see something else, please let me know. Maybe I can do that. don't forget the pieces between the flowers. So I have to be careful because my finger will be getting, because I can't put anything, my thumb. I can take a little bit of a tissue so I can try to get it all easier for me.
Nu dus nog
Ik ben het filmen.
Hè?
Ik ben het filmen.
Oké.
So it's almost done, at least this color. And the nice part will be later, of course, when we are going to blend it together. So nice to see how it becomes. Okay, so I'm taking now the one from Cartobello. This one you can do a little bit more of a detail. It's a little bit harder than the pit pastel from Faber-Castell. So it's, I think, 610, and it's a little bit a warmer brown, and I will mix it with a little bit of the colder brown. So I just putting a little bit together. Sometimes I'm making the strands a little bit longer with this color, and I will fill it up a little bit more. Still keep in mind how the movements went, how the strands are going. I don't know if you can see that this is a little bit of a warmer brown. I don't know if it is going to show up. If it doesn't, you have then have to go with my word that I'm saying it is. Yeah, it's a little bit warmer brown. And it's nice when we are going to blend it that you can see those two browns come together. So that was my husband who was bringing the coffee. It's always nice to have something to drink when you are filming, because when you are talking too much you get thirsty. You see, I'm always leaving some white because we are doing there the lightest color, the highlights. What I normally do with as first step, but with this case I don't think it's wise, because it's very hard to get those dark colors over the light pastel, pen pastel at least, because the paper isn't, well, it doesn't take that so well. So that's why I'm doing first the dark colors, so that we have at least some dark colors in it. So as you can see, it will be more and more brown. It's going to take the shape from the hairs. You see it much better and better, at least I think. Okay, so this is what it now is for this moment, and I'm going to take a blender stick. I already told you in the previous video that that is a stick from Jane Davenport's. It's the baton blenders. I really love those blenders, so if you can catch one from your local store, please take them with you if you like to work with pastels, because this is a very nice material to work with. So okay, so now I'm using the raw umber tint. Is it raw umber? Yes, raw umber tint. And with this one I'm going to blend everything just like I did here. So it will be a little bit lighter because the raw umber is a light color and it makes it lighter. So what I'm trying to do now is first I'm going to tip on those white spots that I left open. That's where I putting first my lighter colors, and because you can't avoid to touch the dark brown, your tip will be darker. So every time you have to make your tip clean and then go blend. Really again go with the shape from the hair. So if it goes round, you are going to do it also round. Clean up your tip every time again. Just cleaning up. Take a little bit of my raw umber, going over the white spots, cleaning up, taking white raw umber, going over the white spots every time again. And when I see that when I put it on a white spot and it is too dark, for me it's too dark, I will clean up. So I did clean up now, and now I'm going to blend those colors. Cleaning up, okay. Oh, my OBS is doing certain things. I hope that everybody can see me still. I think so. So you can see it will all come together when you start blending everything. Okay, again, the white spots. Cleaning up. Cleaning up. And try to repeat everything so the people know, you know, who was watching, what I'm doing, because all the time when I look at videos I don't exactly see what people are doing. They show me, but they don't show me their working station with all the colors, and I don't see what they are doing. Are they blending? Are they cleaning something? Are they putting their brush into water? And so many times you can't see what they are doing. So I like always to tell the people, tell everybody who's watching what I am doing. So now I'm going to blend. So I have just a clean sponge, and now I'm going from the dark brown to down in this case. And now I'm going to mix this one. And you see my dark brown will be a little bit lighter, but we are going to bring that back. That is no problem. And every time I clean my sponge when I am blending. If I don't do it, then my light pieces, my highlight pieces will be too dark. And that is not what we want. We want those highlights being highlights. Getting it off. You see, just putting the dark color into the light, but with a clean sponge. Okay, so we are just a little bit further again. There we go again. Take a little bit of the raw amber tint and we're going to color the white spots. And you see it's a lot of repeating. That's why I already colored this part, because you have to watch so many times the same thing. And I don't know if you want that in a video. I don't know, I don't mind personally, but I do know that a lot of people have no patience to watch a long video. So when I am making a video from 1.5 hours and they already they watch only 10 minutes from it, yeah, then I'm thinking, why am I sitting here for so long time, you know? So still looking for what people want, and see what to do with it. I don't mind sitting here for 2 hours, really. It's for me nothing. I like to play. The only thing what's really hard for me is talking. I am not so much as a talker. Now go from the dark to the light again, and just put a little bit more on it. So that is the hard part for me. I'm trying to make this a little bit as a chat video, or channel, let us say channel. So when I'm growing and I get more people and they are all coming and chat with me, then it will be easier for me also, because I find it hard to just talking on my own. But I do like the live streams more than just the videos who are all edited. I don't like them. Yeah, I watch them, but I don't think they give an honest view about everything. All people may make mistakes, and it looks like they never make mistakes. Okay, I have my coffee, so I'm going to drink my coffee. And then we are going to make, because you can see, maybe you can't, yes you can, this is much darker than this, and that becomes because we are just bringing the darker color back. So let's do that. I have the darker color here again, 177, and now I'm going to bring back the darkest pieces. Just try to make stripes, so that it looks like hair, but you need to do it well in the right way. So when this is rounded in a curve, you do it also in a round curve. I stopped my last video with the skin and it wasn't finished yet. And I think I almost put an hour extra in it or something in my skin. And I just keep on doing what I was doing. Just keep on layering the colors that I was using at the video. And I put I did the eyes, of course, and the lip, and I make brown eyes, and I put a little bit with some Posca pen, just like this one. So Uni Posca, it's a paint pen. I put a little bit of white dots in her eyes so it sparkles a little bit, and with a polychromos, so a normal pencil, I did the hair strands on the I don't know, eyebrow, yes, on her eyebrow, and a little bit the line around her eye here and here. That was all what I'm doing. Oh, and the nose, I did a little bit with black here, so around her nose, and here this curve. And yeah, that was it. This is also pastel, so that's what I did. So I just keep on layering and layering, and I found out with all this layering, because this was my skin color and that was burnt sienna tint, and I find out that this one with blending, it makes everything white again. So I was blending and start every time again the color again, bringing up the color again. So I thought, let's try to blend with those yellows, and that worked much better. Oh my gosh. So with the yellow tint, it was much better for the blending. So that was a learning curve for me again. So don't make that same mistake. Just try to blend with the yellow. And I'm sorry guys if I something ramble with my words. I am so, sometimes I have to look for the words. I talk quite a lot in English on my job, but then I don't need to talk. If I don't know the word, I have the time to look for that word, you know. So people understand that it's not my language, and if I say okay, I explain them what I mean, and then they come up with the words. It's much easier for me. But it's okay. I'm trying, still trying, and I'm not giving up. Sometimes I think, oh my gosh, maybe I just have to do everything in Dutch. But I wanted to reach more people, so I'm not giving up. And some people, they say, van, your English is just perfect, doesn't matter, don't worry. Then I'm saying, okay, then I'm going to try it, still try it. But yeah, I will be rambling something stupid. Maybe that people think, what is he saying? What does he mean? Well, sorry, I didn't mean that. I'm just making mistakes. So, and I'm seeing that my pencil is going, my point is not sharp enough anymore, so I'm going to sharpen it a little, so I have more point, I hope. Maybe I must look for some sanding paper to sharpen my point a little. I'm trying to make my point very carefully, so you see only the pigment is coming off. So it's now a little bit better. I don't need to do any so much anymore, so this is better. Okay. So it starts to come, this page, you know. It's such a big space, big page to color, and I think it's a nice way to do it like this, because very much people like this artist, and if I do it in sections, so in parts, it doesn't take too long to watch. And every time I color with something else. I have a few other videos from this artist, from this book. I have to be watch out that I don't only do this book. I don't have so much coloring books, but I have a few. I have from Emanuela Collin. I have four coloring books of her. And what do I have more? I have, oh yeah, The Art of Nature. That's a little bit of older book, but there are also nature, flowers, and sea things, and I like that book too. Already did some videos from it, and they are not too long either, because they are small images, so it doesn't take too long to make something beautiful. Okay, so you see now it's dark again, so I'm going to take my my blender again, and it's only a clean blender, and I'm now just going to do those dark things, blending again to the light, and I'm just do it with a light pressure. Okay, I'm not going to push too hard on my paper, just with a light pressure, because I don't want to smudge too much my lightest color. And I'm cleaning every time again my blender. I don't want to be getting too much of the darker color into my lights. Okay, so now for the last thing, I'm just going to work with the sides of this blender, and I'm taking just a little bit of that raw umber tint, and I'm just going to the few strands, a little bit extra. I try to just be careful with tipping. Just to get a little bit more the highlights in it. It looks terrible now, but we are going to blend again, and that is the last step. So then we are finished, I think. It's just to make it a little bit lighter. And if you have done too much of the light color, just take your dark pencil again and go over it. It's just playing back and forwards with your colors and make it nice. Okay, so I'm taking now my paper away. I'm going to look into the screen if I like what I see. Okay, I see that I wanted here a little bit more of the dark and a little bit here. So I'm going to do just what I did before. Just taking the dark pencil and put a little bit more into this one. You can't do this forever because this paper is not really a paper for pastels, so it will be filled very quickly. But we can do a few light layers. If you are pushing too much of those pastels at the first time, then it's very hard to get every layer in it. So just next to the flower, a little bit more of the dark, and with a clean blender again we are going to blend it lightly into the other colors. But it's a little bit dark, as you can see. Okay. Yes, now I like it. Maybe I still need to do here a little bit, especially this part, this a little bit on this part. Okay, going to blend it again. Just softly. Yeah, much better. Okay, so I think she's ready, at least her hair now. But she's almost done. We only need to do the flowers and the, well, cricket, I think. I don't know how you call it. It's a cricket? I think so. Oh, and her dress or shirt or something like that. So I think I will be doing a little bit of the flowers already, because there are so many flowers, you don't have to see all those flowers being coloring in. And then I will do a few on my own, and then we will do the cricket and the flower with each other. in the last part of this mini-series. Okay, so this is it for now. I wish you a nice Friday. It's Friday today, but maybe for you it's already Saturday or Thursday. I don't know, but for some people it is. Well, I will see you next time. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.